Markets couldn't quite decide where to go yesterday, but one AI winner definitely stole the spotlight. Hey everyone, it's Friday morning, June 26th, and welcome back to Capital Markets Quickie. I'm your host, Endrit Sella, here to break down yesterday's market action in just 2 minutes. Quick note before we dive in. Today's episode is brought to you by AMF Capital Asset Management Frankfurt. Learn more about our funds and strategies at amf-capital.de. Alright, let's get started. Stocks finished mixed as investors balanced impressive earnings from Micron against continued weakness across several of the biggest technology companies. The tech-heavy Nasdaq Composite slipped around 0.5%, while the Standard & Poor's 500 finished slightly lower. The Dow Jones Industrial Average managed to edge up about 0.1%, helped by its smaller exposure to large technology names. The biggest story came from Micron. The memory chip maker delivered record quarterly results and optimistic guidance, sending its shares soaring by more than 15%. The strong report gave investors another reminder that demand for artificial intelligence infrastructure remains very healthy, but that wasn't enough to lift the entire technology sector. Investors continued to worry that the largest AI companies are spending enormous amounts of money, putting pressure on future cash flow. Apple was one of the biggest losers after raising prices on MacBooks and iPads because of higher memory and storage costs. Meanwhile, Qualcomm impressed investors by expanding beyond smartphones into AI data center chips and servers, sending its shares sharply higher. Elsewhere, oil prices remained close to levels last seen during the Iran conflict as supplies continued flowing through the Strait of Hormuz. And finally, investors digested the latest personal consumption expenditures inflation report. The data showed inflation picked up again in May, keeping the possibility of another Federal Reserve interest rate hike very much alive this year. So, while AI excitement is still driving individual winners, inflation and interest rates continue to set the tone for the broader market. Alright, that's it for today's Capital Markets Quickie. If you found this helpful, hit subscribe and stay in the loop. See you tomorrow morning.